Hello. Okay, this is my first attempt with my new phone. I'm supposed to be able to actually record things now. So here's my attempt to record things. There's been a lot going on since my last video. For some reason, I missed the biggest step in a lot of things. I have a tendency to do things backwards. I've done this my whole entire life. They say I'm dyslexic. That has nothing to do with it, but my brain does work backwards. I've always done things backwards. My genetics or whatever, everything has been backwards ever since I was a child. Everybody said, "Oh, she's so much older than she acts so much older. She's so mature for her age." And and then as I get older, it's like, no way, there's no way you're that old. I seem like I'm getting younger, at least mentally younger. So I forgot a lot of things. For example, like right now, sorry, I'm like chilling in my bedroom because there's nobody home except for my son, who's homeschooled, and he's doing his classwork in the living room. So I figured, perfect time to test out my phone. But I'm chilling in the bedroom taking a mental health day. I've noticed, at least for me, this last few years, and I can't even believe it's been that long, but I was so focused on learning and staying positive and being, the light, the love and light of the pagan community, which, at least where I live, doesn't exist very much. So, as I was so focused on that love and light aspect, I didn't realize that the darker half, the shadow side, not negative and all that, demons and all that crap. No, that's not where I'm going. But all the darker stuff was pulling me towards. It's like trying to balance me out, where I'm pulling one way and it's pulling me another. And I've noticed, I was thinking it as, what am I doing wrong? Karmic wise, what am I doing wrong? I'm good to people, they're nice, I'm nice to people, I do what I can. Sometimes I do when I don't have it, I still give when I can't, And I just kept sinking deeper and deeper and deeper into this darkness that I just could not get myself out of, which caused a lot of problems, physical problems, a lot of mental problems, as in like relationship issues and trust issues. I mean, I pretty much cut myself off from pretty much everybody that I physically could have. I mean, there was people that, I've been friends with forever, and just sometimes it was one of those things where I didn't get a chance to talk to them. I didn't want to burden them with what was going on with me. I mean, I'm not one for the whole, I have tons of suicidal thoughts and whatever, but I got to the point where I was like, looks, I need help, and normally I'd go to take St. John's wort or whatever I could possibly naturally find to try to deal with what they call my winter illnesses and whatnot. But this year it was way worse than last year, and it was worse than the year before. So I actually went to the doctor for real medication, or prescription medication, something that I could try to get help with. And instead of it making me more positive, it made me feel more numb, to the point where I didn't care about anything. Didn't care. Oh, it's 7:30 at night. You guys haven't ate yet? I'm just gonna make yourself something to eat. I don't care. Granted, my children are all old enough that they can do that, but it was just one of those things where it's like, oh, well, you don't have school clothes, well, I guess you should throw some in the laundry, where mom would have been all over that. I have friends that were, calling me for the typical advice of, what should I do? And, I got to the point where I'm like, it's not that I don't love you, I personally have no desire to care. And it got to the point where I know it was really bad when it got to the point that I started talking about planning my funeral. What I wanted to do, when I want my ashes to be put, who gets what, and the constant fighting, in my relationship because of the fact that I wasn't happy and wasn't happy with him, or just not happy, period. So, I took myself off the meds and weaned myself off the meds because you're not supposed to just stop taking them. And I asked for guidance, which, as dumb as that sounds, it seems so obvious. But, when you're in, like, the deepest part of whatever, you could be the deepest part of the light aspect or the deepest part of the dark aspect. Going back to the basics of just saying, okay, time to check myself. It was just like an aha, like a light bulb came on and said, duh, Crystal, pay attention. The reason why all this bad stuff is happening to you is not because of what you're doing, it's what you're neglecting to do. By being love and light and trying to be the high examples that you've set for yourself of being a positive role model, all you're doing is you're neglecting and you're locking up that part of yourself that makes you part human. You have to be both parts. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You're locking you're locked in Mr. Hyde up or whatever. I can't think of it off the top. Yeah, Mr. Hyde up. And it's one of those things where you can only lock yourself in for so long before you break out, you snap. And so, needless to say, I snapped. I didn't do anything to hurt myself or anything to that extent, but I did, I did lash out. I started taking, give me just a second. There's a way I want to word this, and I'm trying to word it correctly since I heard it from somebody else. It was another video I watched not too long ago, which I don't really watch them very often anymore like I used to. So every time I catch one, there's obviously a reason or a cosmic 2x4 to hit me in the head with. But I was talking about earth angels and how you give and you give and you give, and then after a while you don't get the recognition that you need. You feel like not appreciated to the point where, you start to resent the people that you're helping, because it's like, you're not doing it for yourself. I told you what to do. You're not doing it. So, yeah, I'm starting to get a little teary-eyed. So, sorry for all the extra emotion in there. But I did notice that that's what I was doing. I was so focused on trying to be positive and trying to be the best of the best, be what all I could be, the American top Wiccan, I guess. I don't know how else to put it than that. But I neglected to try to work on the darker half of that, the darker side of that, my ego. My ego needs to be fed. It needs to be fed a lot. I'm a Capricorn. I don't know if everybody feels that way about Capricorns, but at least of all the research that I've ever done, Capricorns need to feel needed. That's part of their ego. They need to feel wanted and needed, and that feeds their ego. So, wanted as in, needing me, awesome. Wanted as in desiring me, even better. But it's part of my ego, and it's part of my darker side. And the medicine was making me numb, to where my ego wasn't getting fed. So by the time I was off the meds, I was starving for attention, starving for recognition. I was at a job that I liked. I did like my job. I'm not working there anymore because of scheduling conflicts and whatever. But, I felt like I was doing everything I could and not getting anywhere. to the point that I just got tired and I just broke. And, you know, it took me a month of being off of work and just being home and quiet in the dark of winter, and just to realize there's a lot more housekeeping I need to do this spring besides my clutter of the winter and, you know, how normal housekeeping. I have a lot of inner housekeeping to do. Not quite sure how I'm going to go about all that, since I don't have formal teachers locally to me. I mean, and the ones I do have access to, I am not in the financial place to be paying for help. So either it's going to be my YouTube videos as my personal diaries of this journey, or my Facebook page, because I have to. I was going to actually delete one or the other, but I have a personal page, then I have an actual faith-based page. And instead of deleting them both, I decided to steer away from the family and friend page and lean towards the faith-based page, because a lot of the family aren't in agreement on what I should or shouldn't do faith-wise, and I don't need any more drama than I already have. And it looks like I'm getting really close to my 12-minute marker, which is really funny because I never even make videos that long normally. So I just wanted to give everybody an update. I'm still alive. I didn't drop off the face of the earth. It's just been really hectic. If you want to catch up on me, I do have a Facebook page. It's under Pangea Clear Sunrise. That's my name on there. Send me a friend's request. I'm pretty much, if you're like-minded, I've been adding anybody and everybody that wants to come. And if not, then I just, you know, as long as you're nice, you're not being disrespectful, I add them on. If you are being mean and whatever, I just delete you and block you. It's just easier for me that way, because I don't need any more negative than what I need to be working on of my own negative. So, everybody have a great day, and blessed be.